Hey everyone, it's us. Obviously. And we're doing a nighttime.
Yes.
What a concept.
Now, can you guys explain what nighttime is to those who just joined in season 2? Because this is our first one in season 2.
It's like a fucking weird question. Nighttime is when the sun goes below the horizon and it's not sunlight, it's not daylight out anymore.
To travel to and from the Shadow Gate.
No, nighttime with a K. Nighttime.
Time isn't spelled... Never mind. Anyway.
Welcome to Nighttime. It's a show after the show where we talk about the show.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it's just our show.
It's meta talk.
Meta game talk, and the one we do when we have not enough time to record a full episode.
It's the Meta Podcast.
I definitely changed the name on my iPod to be Metapod so that every time it like syncs or anything on my computer, it brings that up.
I forget that what you.
It was really funny to me like 6 years ago.
I forget that what you name your iPhone, like other people, like if you try to sync with their Bluetooth, they'll see it. So sometimes people will be like, "Whose phone is this?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, that's mine."
Oh no!
But I want to announce it. I thought that was only me that would see that. Oh no!
Yeah, that's like when because I use the speech to text on my phone quite a bit, and I sometimes forget that I have weird contacts for like everybody in my phone. So I'll be out in public and I'll speak out loud. Text Peebins John. And people go, "Who now?"
So yeah, this is our show about this show.
Oh boy.
And I'm Peebins Johns in his contacts. And
he's Peebins Johns.
I guess I'm Gibbers Crabs.
You're Gibbers Crabs. And I am Flugelhorn Lumpkins.
There you go.
When do you have to use that in reference to yourself?
What's my name?
I don't know your name. Uh-oh. Lost the connection.
What?
Uh-oh.
That was so much better.
Okay.
That was
no.
way better though.
Uh-oh,
Alright,
yikes.
well, never mind.
So this episode is coming up this week today, on this Friday that you're listening to, instead of a regular episode. One, because we had the time to do it, but two, we have an announcement to make. Should we make it at the top or the bottom of the show?
Might as well just do it now.
Yeah.
Just do it now?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been making this show for over a year now, and it's been awesome, and we love it.
That's weird to think about.
Yeah,
Right?
it's pretty crazy. And so obviously we want to keep making this show. We want to keep doing it good. But over that year, our lives have changed. We have different jobs. Some of us have kids.
One of us.
One of us has kids. We just have different schedules. So that has made finding time to record and edit and add music.
Trying to fucking, like, get 3 adults in the same room for an extended amount of time is, like, one of the most impossible... It's like herding cats.
It is. It's very tricky.
Trying to find, like, time in everybody's schedule that works when we all have different shit going on.
And it's frustrating because when the time comes along where you think, like, oh, this is great, we'll have more time to record because of X or Y, and then suddenly that just does not happen and you realize you were totally off base and, like...
Or then,
it's
like, also
mess,
trying to balance, like, when you all do have free time.
Yeah.
Trying to balance, like, doing this, but also, like, just chilling. And, like, spending
exactly.
Spending time together as friends, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's important too. So what we're trying to say is, it has been tricky to find time to record in this current season of life. So
Season of life.
Well, yeah, because we're like, maybe it'll change.
I feel like that's a song.
Yeah.
Might be a song.
Let me get to the part that's important. We're scared. The fans are scared. I can tell they're scared.
Oh, sorry.
We're still doing the show. The show is still happening. But because of our current schedule lives and the fact that we don't want to burn ourselves out and we still want to have plenty of time to edit and make it good, we are going to be, for the time being, switching to an every other week release schedule.
Yes.
Previously, it's been every week, every Friday. Now it's going to be every other Friday, starting from now. So the next episode won't come up next week. It'll be in 2 weeks from when this one came up. Obviously, we weren't thrilled to do that because we liked being able to release every week.
Right.
But
That's what's going to give us the time to be able to meet and do good story work and be able to edit well and
Definitely.
have, like, a good show ready.
yeah, and still have time to get all the music in and all the voice effects.
And then not go fucking insane.
Yeah, because we can't meet 1 week and we're like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
So we know that you guys are really great fans and we've loved all the support you've been showing us. And so stick with us through this.
Yeah, it'll get better very soon.
Yeah, hopefully this isn't a permanent change.
It definitely won't be.
Yeah, because as we said, schedules changed so that we were in this scenario, so schedules will probably change again.
Yeah.
We don't know exactly when, so we're not going to tell you, on 2020 it's going to
Yeah.
We just don't know. But we will tell you when it switches back, and it might change soon. It might change in like 6 months or a year. I have no idea. So just
Yeah, I mean, just judging by like what I know of like my like life plan going forward, it definitely won't be that long. Mm-hmm. But
we don't want to make promises we can't keep.
Yeah, that's the reason I haven't said anything.
So we'll let you know during at the end of the episode and on social media when that changes. So we wanted to let you guys know that so that you are prepared. So thank you so much for listening every week, and now I guess you'll have more time to re-listen to the episodes or listen to Pen Sword or listen to other stuff. Just don't leave us. Please come back.
But yeah.
All right.
It's a bummer that we don't have more, like that we don't have like fan questions.
Yeah, I know. We
That's
didn't
always
plan
fun
about
for
it. Yeah.
I can, however...
That is the downside of kind of doing
we can.
an impromptu.
Hey, let's go. Let's talk about... some people have said fan theories to us personally.
Oh, shit.
We won't confirm them.
Confirm or deny.
Or deny them. But let's pull up some of those and talk about those because those are fun.
I thought of a decently interesting question. If we still have more time.
Do it.
Just like...
Do
Go
it.
for it. Yeah, we'll get to the fan theories in a
Say the
second.
words.
Yeah, just like fave parts of season 2.
Oh, favorite part so far?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that can be comedic, or it can be because like it's genuinely cool in the story.
A couple moments that I remember fondly is the moment when I revealed Neener, because I had been practicing that moment.
Yeah, and the
ever
voice.
since the season started.
Oh, man.
Even listen when I would re-listen for editing. I was so nervous in that moment, not like scared nervous, but like anticipated nervous. Like I was shaking and I could like my heart was beating.
Yeah,
and then the joke dropped. Here he is. And you guys responded so well, and that made me feel
good.
very happy about that.
I mean, going down the line, I think a couple of my favorite moments with like the general group, like Jonathan's whole bit with the fumbled coat, was like phenomenal. I'm trying really hard because I still don't super know how like Eloise is as a person because she hasn't been with the group as much. But I'm still trying to work that out. But I'm also like super loving Katrina in Tareve because she is such an interesting character, and I feel like Tareve suits her very well, and like her work with the blades is really fun to mess around with. So I've been enjoying the more serious, the darker, the more visceral stuff with Katrina because it's been fun, and also like doing like parental stuff. Like oh my god,
that one conversation.
But also like the classes with Salazar.
Yes,
I think that was one of my favorite moments too. Is when we stumbled upon that. Yeah. I was like, I could not have.
Yeah,
like that's one
Never
thing.
In a million years that I think this is where we were gonna fucking go with this.
Yeah, or this combination of characters.
Yeah.
Like they seemed like they had nothing in common.
That's one of those things I was talking with Jamie about this when it comes to the show. Like, some of my favorite moments are that moment, when the Omaris traded their shadows for all that power, and those are moments that if I was just writing this.
By the way, guys,
my own,
obvious spoiler alert: don't listen to this first.
Yeah, I hope not. I would have never written those moments.
Yeah.
Like, if I was just telling the story just me alone. One of the similarities between this podcast and the religion of writerism is the writer created the hero to make a better story. And it's those moments of collaboration as storytellers that have made the story so much better than if it was just me writing a book or writing a script on my own. So I've written, those have been my favorite moments where something I did not plan or predict or even think about comes up naturally through the story. Like, it's not like forced. It's like, oh yeah, this makes sense that these characters would do that. Those have been my favorite. Jamie, how about you?
I loved the Arch. I loved everything about exploring it and like floors that we never imagined 5 minutes ago, and suddenly we're going into like crazy detail on how they work and the rules and the people inside, and like describing the sound floor and the light reflection floor and the colors floor, and like it was just so fun. And like I almost hope we can make that somehow influence the story more, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
I've got some ideas.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah.
I friggin' love the directory guys. They're my favorite.
Is that why you keep going there?
Yeah, absolutely. It was such a cool idea, and having all of that in one place, like you can just go to the Arch and it's all there, was so much fun because it's like this little hub of all these different ideas you can travel to and explore if you want, and that made it feel like I was playing a game and just discovering all this new stuff, and it was so cool, you know?
One of the other interesting things that's been kind of fun to mess around with is thinking about, because we have all these new characters in this new setting and some new history that we're learning, figuring out interesting ways to apply that, or like fun things that can happen down the line. Because like I have ideas for characters moving forward, and I don't know when, if, or how those are going to take place.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited for when they do, or if they do, because it'll be really interesting. So I have ideas for characters, and I really want to put them into play, but I don't want to like say what they are, because I think it'd be way cooler for them to just happen organically.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Speaking of those things, let's talk about some fan theories that have
Woo!
been mentioned. This is one. I'm just going to read it. This is from our... Should we say who it's from?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Xander's fan theory.
Xander!
Which he says he doesn't actually believe. He just thinks it's fun. So he says his theory is that Bartuk's mom is secretly the keeper of the gate. To be clear,
I love it so much.
no one, except maybe the guards of Sansir, knows they're the same person, but she uses the family businesses to keep an eye on all her rivals. Basically, the Bartuk family is the Illuminati of this city. And right now she's actually hiding from Quiss, which is why she's assumed the mom identity. Now she learned that Raynor and company were here looking for Quiss, so she sent Bartuk to befriend the group, to keep an eye on them, and as a means to get to Quiss. This is why in episode 5, Jake made a point of saying that the guards saw and knew Bartuk, and was okay with him being in the tower, despite being surprised by the sudden appearance of a shopkeeper in the tower without having been let in by said guard.
Whoa!
I will not confirm nor deny this.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the only one who can safely say I didn't think of any of that. That's awesome.
I definitely didn't, that's for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, no, like Bartuk is one of those characters where I did not expect him to be such a big character.
Right.
Because literally he was just kind of like the first real and they would not have met him if Leroy hadn't tried to speak Terevian to somebody.
Yeah, right?
You know it.
And so, like, the fact that he has persisted is not only really fun, but also now I have to find things for him to do. So,
in that way, not in personality or anything else, but in the way of an offhand remark about, oh, go up to a guy and talk to him, and suddenly he's like a fan favorite character. In that way, he's very much like Noble Mincer.
That's like so many of our characters. Like you bump into someone, and then now they're the most important.
That's how we got Grorg.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah.
Grorg and Noble Mincer and Bartuk. Yeah. And same with Honest Ajax.
And also, what's the creep?
I want to say Jeff.
Jeff.
Oh yeah, Jeff.
Yeah.
Speaking of Honest as Ajax, I've had a lot of people tell me in many situations that Raynor should be using that summoning song to summon like Jonathan. Like they were saying, an idea they had was back when you were in the Overgrown District the first time, that you were in trouble, that you could have played that and summoned Jonathan.
I could have.
And Honest as Ajax, and they're like, and then you could ride away on Honest as Ajax's classes. And they're like, would that work? I'm like, honestly, I have no idea.
I have no fucking clue how any of
I'm
this
less
works.
sure on that one, on that part of the plan.
But I mean, you can't physically touch them because you have to pat the horses to finish the spell. So
yeah, but we also specifically said they're like translucent.
well, I said they were spectral horses.
Yes.
Oh, you said that.
Yeah.
Isn't that what that means?
No, because I mean
They just shimmer.
They're just shiny. Okay.
They're
shiny, yeah.
glowy, spirit
Oh boy,
horses.
but do I want to ride up into heaven and vanish forever?
Ajax isn't dying. He's like
He's
No, but
going
I'm saying,
back to where he was.
he's going
like
home.
we've left it vague on what happens to his real body, right? So
Yeah.
like if a real person goes on that trip, we don't know what will happen. And I'm a little worried about that. Although I love the idea. And I also
It's gonna happen.
I also cannot wait until the moment I need that song for some reason, and I need his Ajax for some reason, and I roll a shitty number, and Jonathan is just like, what the fuck?
I'm literally just waiting for the moment where Jonathan is teleported 2 feet.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm really waiting for the moment that
want
goes
it to
terribly,
happen.
terribly wrong and they fuse together. And
No!
like one person or something.
Oh, boy.
No! That's the
What? Never mind.
That's the true form
Hey.
of reckless Jonathan.
Something we should probably talk about. The ending of the last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you guys' thoughts?
Um,
Because we haven't talked about what it is yet. So what do you guys think that's about?
The Celeste thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
I kind of saw it coming. I had two thoughts in my head that, like, there was only one other person that it could be. But then my other thought was, but what if, like, Katrina has other family that, like, we don't know about?
Okay.
Or what if it was, like, a concerned third party? So, I wasn't surprised, but I'm interested to see how that affects things now.
I think I was surprised because even though Celeste was basically the only option, I also thought that was impossible because I did not go back and, like, think through every scene. Like, was there any time she was actually in sunlight? Was there any time she was out and about in the daytime and our characters saw her? I didn't actually think that far. I just thought, well, it can't be Celeste. We haven't said she doesn't have a shadow. Like, we would have noticed that. So I just, like, dismissed it, and I was just like, what is the mystery? Who could it possibly be? And it just never occurred to me. So that really caught me off guard. That was cool.
It'll also be interesting because if she did pay her shadow to get her family back together, I'm interested to see what actual things are taking place, either directly influenced by her or not directly influenced by her, that is happening. Like, are Gorg and Eloise, like, agents of that wish taking place? Then,
Oh my god, that would be... Well, it'd be a
Or-
little less awesome because it would mean they're, like,
Yeah.
being possessed. But
has Katrina's, like, semi-lifelong goal of, like, getting enough money
goodness.
to leave Goldon not been of her own volition, or has that been influenced by Neener, you know? Like, these are all, like, very real things that
Holy
could
shit.
be. But also, it doesn't seem like Celeste is actively making a difference in this. So I'm curious to see what happens with that.
the question that immediately brings up would be, when did
Right.
she do it?
Right.
Because if it was very recently, like since Salazar came back, that would be a whole different situation from if she did it like a long time ago,
Right.
and now she doesn't particularly care about that anymore, you know?
Right.
So I guess unless someone asks her, we will not know.
Right.
Let's talk about Abu Alab and the Scorpion stuff.
I'm so fucking excited to get into that.
I'm
Because I feel like it's going to come up.
yeah.
If not very soon, definitely once we leave the gate.
Oh, for sure. The story, the little backstory was so cool, and even though I made fun of it at the beginning because we were like, "Oh, it's backstory time," but it was still so neat because it really gave a lot of. It gave the history of like not just the group we were directly talking about, the Usra, but also it led listeners to put it together like, "Oh shit." The Abu Alab are somehow connected to the Scorpion God, and that is the symbology we've seen connected with the blades in Tarif. And, like, that's awesome, and that leads to so many more questions, and I loved that we got that little connection without Neener literally saying, and this is how it connects to all of the groups today. Like, he didn't have
Yeah.
to do that, you know? We could just figure that out, and that was so cool. I don't know where it's going to go from here, but it's very interesting.
Yeah, to clarify, Abu Alab is the Scorpion.
Yes, I'm
Father.
sorry. Yeah, I didn't...
We have not yet named. There is a name for the group, but
Oh, okay. Interesting.
we just haven't gotten to that yet. Don't want to go too heavy on stuff. Is there anything else that we want to talk about? I mean, I want to first say thanks to everyone who makes memes.
Right?
Oh my gosh, the memes are so good.
They're spicy.
They're so good.
I love every single one, and I laugh every time.
They're all so great because like they're such a treat for like the people who are involved with Knight's Quest, and it makes it so much fun to be like in on the joke.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, it's just really funny because like some of them are like references to the actual story, and some of them are references to the meta that is Knight's Quest. But they're all just so great. But I think also like I'll show people and not realize that they're not in on it,
Right? They're like, "What is this?"
and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you should listen to Knight's Quest.
Hey, you should check this out.
Just to understand this joke, there is hours and hours of context I need to explain to you.
Like I have one of the Better logo stickers on my phone.
Yeah.
and I've gotten a lot of questions about it actually.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Because like for example, like at work, I'll take my phone out to look at the time or whatever else, or sometimes I'll have like my chest like fanny pack thing, and I'll have it in a
Yeah.
mesh pocket on the front of that, so they'll see the sticker. And And they're like, "Oh, what's that for?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm glad you asked." And so then I get to
Well, let me tell you.
Oh, sit
like-
down for a spell. Yeah.
So basically, I'm in a podcast where we're in a fantasy universe, and I play a character that's in a business with another character, and their business is to make things blue and to sell them, and this is their company logo. You should listen to our podcast.
Also, there's a bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot in that one sticker.
It
Yeah,
there
this
really
one
is.
image, there's a lot of backstory there, but
Which, again, also thanks to everyone who has bought merch so far.
Yeah.
And if you're thinking about doing it, you're on the fence, or maybe put stuff in your cart and you haven't
should do
done it
it.
yet, you should do it because,
we can see that.
well, actually, we can't. I don't have the premium, so
I can see that. I know who you are.
Oh, wow. Did you trade your
my
shadow for that?
I
telekinesis.
traded my shadow for that knowledge.
Oh shit.
But not to sound like, oh, please give us money, but one of the things that makes it difficult to schedule time is that we're like, this is just a hobby. And
Yeah.
we're cool with it just being a hobby because that's how it started, and we do have real jobs. But when we have to tell, friends and family and actual jobs, hey, I need to take time to do something that is just for funsies.
Yeah.
And hasn't...
Which is important psychologically, but it's
Yeah.
also hard to justify when you're like, when money is a very real thing
Right.
that
Yep.
needs to happen.
Yep.
Right. So, again, we're not trying to, guilt trip people, but if you're like, man, I wish they would go back to every week release, well, there's two options. Option one is you give us money. Option two is you tell someone rich to listen to the show.
Yeah.
Or just someone else that might know someone.
That'd be cool.
But no, we do appreciate everyone who even if you just listen, we appreciate that. That's really cool. Well, I feel like that's all we have to talk about
Yeah,
right
probably.
now.
Yeah.
And we're also kind of out of time.
Oh, yeah, I have to go to my actual job right now. I have to go leave for work. So, the next episode will be up in 2 weeks from today. So, I don't know what day it is we're releasing this, so I can't tell you what day it is. It is going to be on... he lied. It's actually up next week, December 6th. You'll have a story episode. We're doing that because, this week is a nighttime, and so it'll already have been 2 weeks without a regular episode. So, December 6th, and then the one after that will be 2 weeks after that. Hey, thanks, Future Me, for adding that in post. You're the best. So that's when the next episode will
It's
will
going to
come
be
up.
on the 17th of November.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely not right.
No, I know, but that's...
Yeah. That's what I'll do. So we'll see you then. In the meantime, keep doing you. I don't know. Oh,
Sure.
there's a reason I added a phrase to end the episodes because I hate ending episodes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, may your place in his story be long. Kiss it.